भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I welcome all the devotees for the second session of our Vaishnava character series. So today we will discuss on the topic of gratitude. What is there within a grateful heart? That's the topic today. So as we discussed last time, it's very important that we also cultivate the qualities of Vaishnavas like gratitude, compassion, tolerance, humility, forgiveness, and many such qualities to be able to perform our devotional service in a more effective manner. Just initiation or inspiration in bhakti coming from a potent Vaishnava Guru and the regular process of hearing and chanting, Sravanam Kirtanam, the sadhana, these two are essential for bhakti, but for the seed of bhakti to grow with the watering of Sravanam and Kirtanam, we need a fertile land, and that fertile land is the quality of Vaishnava, the qualities of Vaishnavas. So there is a lot of emphasis on developing these qualities within Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Kaviraj Goswami writes, series of good qualities. Sadhavaha sadhu bhushanaha. Bhagavatam also says that the real ornaments of a devotee are the qualities that the devotee has. So today we will discuss on one such quality called gratitude. Kritagna. In Sanskrit, the word gratitude is called Kritagna. Kritagna means, Krita means what has been done, the work or the favor. In this context, the favor that has been done. Gna means to remember. So who is a Kritagna? Who is a grateful person? One who remembers the favor that he has received from others and also tries to reciprocate with them. When you have the feeling of gratitude within, you don't just end saying thank you. You have helped me. I thank you. Yes, that feeling of gratitude is there. But that inner emotion of gratitude is expressed in the form of thank you. And also it manifests in the form of an action of returning some service. You served me in this way. You helped me in this way. I also want to do some service. And what is the nature of that service depends on the person and the preference and the time, circumstances. So service can be anything, but the point is the feeling, the inner emotion. You feel so thankful to another person that you don't just stop it at feeling. You don't stop it at verbal expression. You also do some action to please that person. That's a grateful action. So we are all grateful to Srila Prabhupada for giving us ISKCON and all the scriptures in a language that we can understand. We are all grateful to Krishna for giving us this human life and bringing us closer to Guru and Vaishnavas so that we can practice bhakti. We are grateful to our parents who gave us the birth and also so who gave us birth and value. Okay. We are grateful to our parents We are grateful to our teachers. We are grateful to many people. We are supposed to be grateful to many people. Okay. So when the heart is filled with gratitude, naturally humility takes birth there. Okay. So this is the definition of gratitude: to remember and acknowledge and reciprocate with all the service or the favors or support that we have received from others. Okay. To feel obliged for receiving something despite being disqualified or unqualified. Although I am not qualified for this, you have done this favor to me. I feel so obliged to you. Okay. That feeling of obligation and not a sense of entitlement. You can be grateful only when you don't have a sense of entitlement. Very important point. It's just a one line in the slide, but it has a deep meaning. What happens is, after spending some time, let's speak about the bhakti context. After spending some time in bhakti, you develop some seniority. You also have contributed to the society or to the temple or the congregation or whatever community in certain way. There is a unsaid feeling of entitlement. Okay, I have spent so much time, I have done so much service, I should receive this kind of treatment, I should receive this kind of respect from others, I should receive these facilities from the devotees. So there is a sense of entitlement. I deserve this. Just like someone who works in a company for say 10 years, he says, I deserve a promotion. Okay, I'm entitled for it. I'm entitled for this role and this responsibility, this position, this privileges, this authority. Okay, my words should have this impact. So there is a unsaid, unconscious feeling that might come in the mind of an average person. That is the feeling of entitlement. As long as that feeling of entitlement is there, gratitude cannot come. As long as, especially we are speaking about bhakti context. So now, where is this quality of gratitude coming from? What is the origin of this quality? Gratitude is one of the qualities of Krishna. Krishna is grateful, basically. Okay, that's why we also have this quality of gratitude. Or because Krishna himself has this quality of gratitude as his minute amshas, parts and parcels, we also should develop some of his qualities. Okay, so one is gratitude. So what is Krishna grateful for? Kritagna. One of the qualities of Krishna is gratitude. It's an aspect, it's an element of knowledge also. How? There is one beautiful episode in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, where there was a conversation between Krishna and Uddhava. There, Uddhava describes Krishna as Sarvagna. Okay. Sarvagna means one who knows everything. Gna means to know. Sarva means everything. Sarvagna means one who knows everything. Kritagna means one who remembers what has been done to him. Because Krishna is Sarvagna, he is Kritagna also. Means, because Krishna knows every single service done by every single devotee, therefore he is grateful for the service that we have done to him. Okay, so like, how does he express that gratitude? We may offer patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Okay, so we may offer with devotion, we may offer him a flower or a fruit or a leaf or a little water, and Krishna becomes grateful for that. Okay, so and Krishna reciprocates with the little service that we have done. And Krishna saves us from the greatest danger. That's how he reciprocates. That's how he expresses his gratitude. So let's see some examples also. He is Sarvagna, therefore he is Kritagna. Gratitude includes knowledge and acknowledgement. Okay. You are knowledgeable and you have a tendency to acknowledge also. So let us recite this shloka. Tulasidala matrena jalasya chulukenava vikrinete swamatmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsalaha. Tulasidala matrena. Just by offering tulsi dala, a leaf of tulsi to Krishna, jalasya chulukinava, little water to Krishna, vikrinete swamatmanam. Krishna feels so obliged that he thinks that this devotee has purchased me. Vikraya means to sell. Okay, Krishna feels sold out. I am sold out to this devotee because he's offering me some patram and pushpam and phalam. Okay, bhakte bhyo bhakta vatsalaha. Krishna feels a sense of gratitude towards his devotees who render him some service. That service can be as simple as offering a tulsi leaf or little water. Now, Gajendra was Indradyumna Maharaj in his past life. Okay, as many of you know. He was Indradyumna Maharaj and he performed bhakti, and somehow he was cursed by a sage named Agastya and he became an elephant in his next life, that we know. So, although Indradyumna Maharaj gave up that human body and acquired an animal body, and in that animal body he doesn't remember his past life, okay, and he is completely identifying himself with this current situation as the king of the forest, okay. However, when he was caught by a crocodile, the Lord expressed his gratitude. How? Gajendra was struggling to release himself from that crocodile for 1000 years, but he was unable to do so. The Lord became very kind upon him, and the Lord inspired Gajendra from within to offer prayers. The Lord reminded Gajendra to offer a prayer that he has learned in his past life. Okay. And Gajendra offered that prayer. And in response to that prayer, the Lord himself came. Okay. So Krishna is Mattaha Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. He is the one who gives us Jnana, Smriti, and Apohanam, forgetfulness, remembrance, and knowledge. So Krishna only inspired from within. He inspired Gajendra, you please offer a prayer to me. I'll come and protect you. So, and he only came and protected. So the Lord remembered his previous bhakti and gave him remembrance of a stuti, a prayer that he has memorized. That is Krishna's gratitude. So he is grateful. And not only that, Krishna came, the Lord came and saved Gajendra and made him an eternal resident of Vaikuntha. Okay, you come to Vaikuntha, you take a 400 form. So sometimes even Krishna feels incapable of sufficiently expressing his gratitude. In the case of gopis, who have completely dedicated everything that they have to Krishna, Krishna says, I cannot repay you. I am so indebted to you. What all they have done? Pati sutanvaya bhratru bandhava ati vilangyate nyachyutagata gati virastavo gita mohita hitavayoshitah kastya jenishi. Pati, Sutta, Bhratru, Bandhava, he has given, the gopis have given up all their relatives. They have crossed the social customs and Vedic regulations and family relations, and then they came to Krishna to serve him in the middle of the night, in the jungle. So without any fear, because when there is love, fear becomes sidelined, okay, and other obligations will become sidelined. Because of their overwhelming love for Krishna, they came to serve Krishna. And Krishna danced with them for a while, and he just disappeared from the scene, and they started singing Gopi Gita. After some time, Krishna came back, and the gopis asked him some questions. Okay, what was the question? Krishna, what kind of person are you? We know there are three kinds of people who reciprocate. Reciprocation, you understand? So when you do something, other people have to reciprocate. That is gratitude. There are three kinds of people who can express gratitude in a certain way, who reciprocate in a certain way. Category number one is, even if okay, let me put it this way. Category one is, if you do them some favor, they will reciprocate with you. Fine? You help them, they help you. First category. Second category. even if you don't do help, they will help you. Even if you are not kind to them, still they will be kind to you, affectionate to you. That is second category. Third category, even if you help them or serve them, have love and respect for them, they are neutral, they are indifferent. They are in their own world. Okay. So first category, you help them, they will help you. Second category, even if you don't help them, they will help you. Third category, even if you help them, they remain neutral. Not that they are inimical, but they are neutral. They are indifferent. Three categories. Who are you? I asked this question in our Gopi Git class. One little child said, Prabhu, I think option number 2. Second option, that's what Krishna is. But answer is not 1, 2, or 3. Probably the gopis are guessing that Krishna is 3. Okay. And this child guessed that Krishna is 2. And some people may think that they are 1. But actually, Krishna says, I am option number 4. Okay. He said, none of the above. I create my own option. That is me. What is that? I don't reciprocate with my devotees to increase their longing for me. Okay, they should hanker for me. Their love should increase. When there is a lack of reciprocation, you become more restless. You become more meditative. You hanker for it more. I'm doing so much and this person is not responding only. Okay, you hanker for it even more. I am such kind of person. I'll keep you in a state where you keep on hankering for it, longing for it, to increase your love. And I will taste that love. I'll get a kick out of it. Okay, that is me. So Krishna says, I am option number 4. And the gopis, by this clever answer of Krishna, they become impressed. So at this moment, Krishna said that gratitude can be expressed in 4 different ways. That's what we learned from this conversation between Krishna and the gopis. We can belong to any one of these 4 categories. But Krishna, what he said after this? Naparayeham niravadya samyujam swasadhu krityam vibudhayushapi vaham yama bhajan durjarageha shrinkhalaha samvrishcha tadvaha pratiyatu sadhuna naparayeham niravadya samyujam. He said, oh gopis, naparayeham. It's beyond my ability to reciprocate with you. Please understand. Although I am saying many things, I gave you the 4th option, but the reality is the 5th option. What is that? Naparayeham. I don't have the capability to reciprocate with you. So sadhu krityam vibudhayushapivaha. You have done so much for me. You have given up all your friends and relatives and family members and Vedic regulations and social customs, and you have crossed all boundaries of everything. And you dedicated yourself to me, to serve me. For a chaste woman in the Vedic culture, to give up her husband to meet with another man is unheard of. It's considered very heinous also in those days, right? But here you see, the gopis, many of them are married. They have given up their husbands also. Pati sutanvayat. Pati is husband. They have given up their pati to come to Krishna, because he is a real pati. Krishna is a real pati. So normal pati is like just pati for one life max. But Krishna is the real pati, life after life. They understood that. But considering their situation as members of certain family in the Vedic culture, for them to take a bold step to come to Krishna is not a small thing. Of course, Krishna was just 80 years old. You see, from that perspective, there's nothing to be surprised. There are women and Krishna is an 80-year-old boy. There is nothing wrong. And there is no material lust there. It's pure spiritual love. Anyways, so Krishna is saying that you have given up everything. And I don't have the ability to reciprocate with you. I cannot sufficiently express my gratitude to you. He says, generally, you offer some money. You are in need of some money. Someone gives you $1,000. Okay, you are in need. Please take this $1,000. When you are ready to pay me back, I'll pay you. You can pay me. So, how much time? 1 year. in 1 year I'll try to clear this debt. Okay, you are borrowing some money from someone and then you clear the debt in certain tenure. Okay, when you have the ability to again pay back. But Krishna says that I have taken a lot from you, a lot of love from you. But even if you give me one full lifetime of Brahma, I cannot pay you back. So you have given me this $1,000, I can pay you in 1 year or 3 months or 5 months. Okay, that's the general deal. But here Krishna says, I am so indebted to you, I cannot reciprocate with you, I cannot repay for what you have done for me, even if you give me one full lifetime of Brahma. Krishna feels so bankrupt. There is no bank balance in me, and I have no hope that I will get any more balance in my bank to repay you. You are so wealthy. What is that wealth that gopis had? Love for Krishna. The greatest wealth is love for Krishna. The greatest charity is love for Krishna. The greatest expression is love for Krishna. So when you receive that, when Krishna receives that love, then he himself cannot repay. Just like a devotee somehow inspires you to love Krishna. Okay, if you develop some feelings of love for Krishna because of the inspiration of some devotee, because of what he has done or what he has spoken, what he has thought or whatever it may be, his presence or her presence, if you get that inspiration to love Krishna and serve Krishna from that devotee, you can never repay. You can never clear that debt. This is gratitude. And our primary gratitude is meant for Guru. Guru inspires us to love Krishna and serve Krishna. The greatest charity one can give, the greatest inspiration one can give is love for Krishna. And it is Guru who inspires us to be devoted to Krishna. He gives us the seed of devotion, seed of bhakti. We can never repay Guru. So whatever may be the amount of service you render to Guru, you can never repay. Okay, so this is gratitude, where Krishna feels bankrupt. I cannot sufficiently express my gratitude to you. Swasadhu krityam vibudhayusha piva. Vibudhayusha refers to the lifespan of a Brahma. So I cannot repay. So better you be satisfied with whatever you have done. Okay. Yama bhajan durjara geha shrinkhalaha. You have given up all the difficult to give up geha shrinkhala, means the chains of family ties, right, for serving me. Samvrishchitad vaha pratiyatu sadhuna. I would say you be satisfied with what you have done. What does that mean? It means that sincere devotional service rendered to Krishna without any motivations and without any interruptions can satisfy our heart. Compared to that satisfaction, that complete satisfaction that we get by sincere bhakti, even Krishna does not have anything more to offer. Krishna does not have anything to offer us. He is bankrupt. He has nothing to offer us beyond this bhakti. Like if your heart is already satisfied with devotion for Krishna, that's the highest wealth that you can achieve. In comparison to that, the property, the proprietorship of all the planets in this universe is nothing. Okay, the sovereignty of even entire all the universes is nothing. Even moksha, liberation, is nothing. Even to become an eternal resident of spiritual world is also nothing. Okay, in comparison to the feeling of love for Krishna, that's the greatest benediction that we can aspire for. That's the greatest wealth that a living being can possess. So spiritual life teaches us what is of true value. In this material world, we keep chasing like anything for all kinds of material pleasures. But Bhagavatam teaches us what is of true value. When your heart is satisfied with sincere, selfless devotion to Krishna, even Krishna has nothing more to offer. Whatever we get, we desire satisfaction. By becoming the king of heaven, what do you need? Satisfaction. By gaining a lot of wealth, what do you need? Satisfaction. But sometimes our mind may be satisfied, emotions may be satisfied, sometimes our intelligence may be satisfied when you happen to have great ideas to execute things. Sometimes our ego is satisfied when you try to oppress or suppress people, or someone are coming and then falling at your feet. Then that ego may be little boosted, satisfied. Body may be satisfied by sufficient rest. Tongue may be satisfied by eating palatable food. Ears may be satisfied by hearing nice music. Yeah, on a physical plane, gross plane or subtle plane, there is satisfaction that is experienced at multiple levels. Happiness experienced. But the real happiness, real satisfaction is the satisfaction of the soul, which comes only by loving Krishna, nothing else. In comparison to that satisfaction, nothing is there in this universe to satisfy us. So gopis have that satisfaction. Gopis, ye atma suprasidati. Okay. So we need to be grateful to all the devotees who have inspired us to serve Krishna, to worship Krishna, to love Krishna. The greatest benediction that you can have in your world, in the entire creation, is an opportunity to serve Krishna, love Krishna, inspiration to love Krishna. Okay. So next, I am so indebted, Krishna says. Now Krishna felt grateful for that little poha that Sudama brought. Okay. For Krishna. Sudama was so incapable of even giving a gift of handful of flat rice to Krishna. So Sudama was very poor, extremely poor Brahmana, and he does not have food to eat. His dhoti has 100 holes in it. He's putting some knot and then wearing it. So such a poverty-stricken person, he's not even begging from others. Begging is not unauthorized. Brahmanas can beg. There's nothing wrong in begging when Brahmanas need something. But he's not doing that also. So detached. So his wife was pushing him repeatedly. Please go to Krishna. He's his Lakshmipati. He is your friend also, childhood friend, classmate. Why don't you go and ask him for some money? But Sudama says, no, I don't want to. But because she was repeatedly pushing, he just went. Not that Sudama's wife had some greed for money, by the way. Please don't misunderstand her. She does not have any greed for money. She only has a concern, great concern. I can't see my husband starve for food like this. Because of her love for her husband, she pushed him to go to Krishna. Because of his love for her, he became obliged. Okay, I'll go to satisfy you. I'll go. But I'm meeting my friend after a long time. So what should I take for Krishna? Any gift? Then she said, we don't have anything at our home, but let me go outside and beg some people. So Sudama's wife went out to beg some flat rice. Okay. Some flat rice, and she somehow got 4 handfuls of poha, which she tied in a torn cloth and gave to her husband. So Sudama does not even have even that poha also to give Krishna. So he brought from somewhere else through his wife. And somehow he went to Krishna. You know the full story, but I'll come to the main point. When he came in front of Krishna, seeing the opulence of Krishna, Sudama felt that, hey, what flat rice I will give him? He has everything. He felt so ashamed and embarrassed to open what he has brought for Krishna. And then Krishna said, no, you can't just hide it. Krishna forcefully took it from our Sudama. And Krishna started eating it. When Krishna ate one morsel, Krishna said, this is the tastiest thing that I have ever eaten in my life. Rukmani was there. She was smiling, and Krishna was about to take a second morsel. Then immediately, Rukmini caught his hand. Hey, don't eat more. There are multiple reasons for this. One reason is that Krishna, your belly is so soft and this rice is so hard. If you eat it, your stomach may get upset. Okay, please don't eat it. That's one reason. One external reason. Second reason, just by eating this one morsel of food from this poor Brahmana, you have bestowed unlimited opulence to him. If you eat one more morsel, I'll have to go as his maid servant. I don't want to leave you. Let me be with you. Third reason, if you eat everything that this Brahmana has brought for you with love, what will we eat? We also want to eat. We also want to taste his love. Okay. So please don't eat everything. Leave something for us. Okay. Like that, various reasons are there. She stopped. Krishna. Okay. Coming to the main point. Krishna felt so grateful for that poha. He had entire Dwarka opulence. He has 16,108 queens. Each queen had hundreds of maid servants. So many servants are there to serve Krishna, to feed Krishna. They can do Chapan Bhog multiple times in a day. And Krishna had 18 mothers in Dwarka. Krishna had so many friends in Dwarka. So doesn't he have food? Why should he be grateful? Generally, we become grateful when someone gives us what we need, what we want, what we are desperate for. Okay? You are desperate. You are so hungry or you are so thirsty. Someone gives a cup of water. You feel so grateful. Thank you, Prabhu. You saved me. It's midday. I didn't carry a water bottle. You have given me this cold water. Thank you so much. But you already drank 1 liter water. Someone comes with a cup of water. Prabhu, please take this for you. Will you be grateful to him? You already ate a big feast. You are belching and you are up to here or here, whatever. Right? It's about to overflow and someone gives, Prabhu, this gulab jamun, very good. Take. You can't be grateful. You can even be irritated also by that. Isn't it? I already ate so much. Why are you feeding me so much? Okay. But Krishna, he has so much food. He has so much opulence. He has so many facilities. Why should he be grateful for that little poha? The answer is, Krishna is grateful for the love of Sudama more than the poha. And that poha is just a transformation of his love. It's just the love of Sudama took the form of that poha, just like the love of Mother Yashoda takes the form of her milk, her butter, her yogurt. The love of several devotees will take the form of some service. And Krishna is basically grateful and impressed with the attitude of the devotee more than the magnitude of service. Okay. So Sudama must have been giving little poha only, but Krishna becomes so grateful for that. Okay. So Krishna ate that. And Sudama felt happy. To cut the long story short, Sudama spent some night and they had some nice exchanges, childhood exchanges. And then Sudama said, okay, I'll go. And Krishna said, okay, fine, go ahead. All the best. All the best, my dear friend. So Krishna even washed his feet and he had tears in his eyes and so many things have happened. And Krishna did not give anything. Krishna did not give a single 1 rupee coin or 25 paisa coin or 5 paisa coin. It doesn't exist now. It used to exist when we were children. He did not give him even a 5 paisa coin also to Sudama. He fed him nicely. He treated him nicely. Okay, bye. Sudama went. And Krishna felt so grateful for the poha that he received from Sudama. And Sudama felt so grateful that Krishna treated him with so much love and affection. Both did not have any expectations from each other. Because Sudama did not expect anything from Krishna, Sudama did not get frustrated. I came with a torn dhoti. He did not give me a new dhoti also. What kind of friend is he? He gave me some food, I understand. He spoke some sweet words. Okay, sweet words. I came all the way walking. Sudama did not have a chariot or an airplane to come. He came all the way walking to the house of Krishna. And here is Krishna who does not give even 1 rupee coin also to him. And just sends him back by giving him some prasad. Okay, take this, eat this, go. So Sudama did not feel frustrated. When there is expectation, that leads to frustration. When there is no expectation, that leads to gratitude. Sudama, when he was coming, he was feeling that, am I allowed into Dwarka palace? Maybe the soldiers may block my entrance. Who is this poor braggar Brahmana coming here with a torn dhoti, who does not have even proper cloth to cover his upper body? And he has all the ribcage bones are seen. Kuchailam, malinam, kshamam, dvijam, dhamani santatam. All the bones, ribcage is seen. He is so emaciated. So will I be allowed inside Dwarka palace, Dwarka fort itself? But when Sudama went, there are 60,100 palaces there. Where is Krishna? We don't know. Okay, he just randomly entered one palace. That happened to be Rukmani's palace. And Krishna happened to be there only. See, it's a coincidence. Of course, I would say, even if Sudama had entered any other palace also, Krishna would be there. Right? Krishna is transcendental. And Krishna can simultaneously stay with all the queens in all 16,100 palaces, because he expands himself in so many forms. He entered Rukmani's palace. And as soon as Krishna spotted Sudama at the entrance of his gate, he just got up from his couch and then he ran towards Sudama, embraced him. He treated Sudama like his elder brother. Like Balramji, when he comes, how does Krishna treat? Like that Krishna treated Sudama. And Sudama felt so grateful for the treatment. Sudama was not thinking that he did not give me any money. He embraced, okay, see, he gave me seat, fine. He gave me prasad, paisa kab dega? When will he give money? So he's not expecting like that. He's not anticipating. I think now he will reveal how much money he's going to give me. Okay, so that I can satisfy my wife. She is behind me. Although Sudama finally agreed to the request of his wife, internally he was thinking that she is pushing me to go and ask for money from Krishna. I will not ask money. I will go take darshan of Krishna and come back. He already has made up his mind. Although the original purpose or objective to meet Krishna is supposed to be taking some money, but Sudama went only for darshan of Krishna. And he was also thinking that I don't deserve this darshan. Will I be allowed inside? Because he felt himself so unqualified. He did not feel himself entitled. He did not feel entitled for it. Oh, yes, of course, he's my classmate. He's supposed to treat me in this way. He did not feel like that. So there is no sense of entitlement. Therefore, there is gratitude. There is no sense of expectation. Therefore, there is no frustration. So we need to get into this mood. On the other hand, let's compare this. I'll come back to Sudama after some time. Let me compare this whole episode with another episode of Drupada and Drona. You know this, right? Dronacharya was a Brahmana, Drupada was a king. They both were classmates like Krishna and Sudama. Okay. So Dronacharya and Drupada, they studied in the same Gurukul, and after they are grown up, he settled. Just like Krishna settled in Dwarka, Drupada settled in his kingdom, Panchala, Desha. And Sudama became very poor Brahmana. Similarly, Dronacharya also was a poor Brahmana. He also needed money, he also needed money. So, Dronacharya went to Drupada with an expectation that Drupada will give money, or at least a cow, some wealth, so that I can maintain myself. Is an expectation. And when he went there, Drupada said, hey, what kind of request is this? Am I obliged to give you anything? I will not give you anything. I won't give. So you are claiming some friendship with me? I am king. You are a poor Brahmana. So like that, Drupada Maharaj was indifferent. Here, Drupada was indifferent or arrogant or whatever you may call. He did not have a mood to help. And Drona is desperate for help and is asking for help. He's expecting help. Here is expectation and here is lack of reciprocation. That's the combination. And that led to conflict. You know what has happened later. Okay. I will not elaborate on that story. Coming back to Sudama and Krishna, here Krishna is in a mood to reciprocate with the love of Sudama. And Sudama is in no mood to receive any favor from Krishna. Sudama is just grateful for whatever treatment he has been given. Now let us recite this shloka. Kvaham daridraha papiyan kwa Krishnaha Sriniketanah Brahmabandhur iti smaham bahubhyam parirambhitah. Kvaham daridraha papiyan. I am a daridra. I am a poor Brahmana. And papi means I am sinful also. Kwa Krishnaha Sriniketanah. Where am I? A sinful poor man. And where is Krishna, who is the residence of Sri, goddess of fortune? I am Brahmabandhur. I am not even a qualified Brahmana. Unqualified Brahmanas are called Brahmabandhu. And of course, Sudama is saying it out of humility. Don't take it literally. Okay. He is not a papi. He is not a Brahmabandhu. He is Daridra. That is there. He is a poor person. Okay. But he is grateful for this. Bahubhyam parirambhitaha. Krishna has embraced me with his own arms, hands. Bahubhyam parirambhitaha. That made him really grateful. Actually, Sudama is not poor also. Because the real richness of a person is not money, not wealth. The real richness of a person is a heart filled with love for Krishna. In that sense, Sudama is the wealthiest person on the planet. Okay. Sudama is wealthiest person, not a poor person. So coming back to the main point. I'm sorry, I'm just elaborating on Sudama pastime because the pastime is so sweet. So Sudama did not expect anything from Krishna. He's not frustrated. That's one point. By the time Sudama reached his home, what did he see? He saw a big palace. So Krishna has given him opulence, although he did not give him anything in Dwaraka. By the time he reached from Dwaraka to his home, Sudama received a lot of opulence, as much as Indra. Okay, that everybody knows. But the secret point here, as revealed by Acharyas, is Krishna felt very embarrassed. Krishna felt very bad. Krishna felt incapable of reciprocating with Sudama. You know what Krishna was feeling? That's gratitude. This Sudama, he wanted to offer me some gift. Okay. He did not have anything. What did he do? He begged some rice from here and there, and then he offered to me. So the service that Sudama has done to me is beyond his capacity. Now, if I have to reciprocate with Sudama, I also have to give him something beyond my capacity. There is nothing beyond my capacity. I am incapable of reciprocating with him beyond my capacity. So Krishna felt ashamed, incapable, very embarrassed and humiliated. So if I give him gold coins, if I give him agraharam, if I give him chandraharam, if I give him Indra's wealth or Brahma's position also, it's nothing compared to what he has done for me. So Krishna felt ashamed and he gave secret wealth to Sudama. Okay, let it be revealed when he goes there. So I will not reveal now. I'll just keep quiet. You understood the point? Sudama's service to Krishna was beyond his ability to serve. Similarly, Krishna is also supposed to serve Sudama beyond his ability. What is beyond Krishna's ability? There's nothing beyond Krishna's ability. This is beyond Krishna's ability. Krishna is unable to, when Krishna is completely capable, that is his incapability. Okay, Krishna is able to do anything, that is his disability. Okay, so Krishna wanted to go beyond his ability to reciprocate with Krishna, because Sudama did not have rice. He borrowed something from them, something from others, and then gave. Means he served him beyond his capacity. But what is Krishna? What is beyond Krishna's capacity? If Krishna has to really reciprocate with Sudama, he has to extend himself beyond his capacity to serve him. There is nothing beyond Krishna's capacity. That's why he is incapable of reciprocating with Sudama. You got the logic? So it's a emotional logic or logical emotion. So generally logic and emotion are poles apart, but here you bring in logic and emotion. So Krishna is Lakshmipati. He can offer anything to Krishna. So anything to Sudama. But he wants to do something more than his capacity, which is beyond his capacity. To find something beyond his ability is beyond his ability. So that's why Krishna is incapable. That's why Krishna appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Same thing he spoke to the gopis of Vrindavan. Sometime back we were discussing the gopis of Vrindavan served Krishna to such a degree that Krishna said, it's beyond my ability to reciprocate with you. So then Krishna thought, my God, I could not express my gratitude sufficiently in the form of Krishna. Just like sugar cannot taste itself. A person who has a tongue can taste sugar. Sugar does not have the tongue to taste its own sweetness. So sugar has to take the position of the taster to taste itself. So Krishna took the position of the gopis of Vrindavan to taste his own sweetness. And that's how he expressed his gratitude. He expressed his gratitude and appreciation for the gopis of Vrindavan by taking their own mood as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and feeling separation from Krishna. Okay. So this is gratitude. Now more, let's go deeper. This fruit vendor story everybody knows, even kids also know. Krishna gave a little bit of rice, that too not even handful of rice. Already his hands are very small at that time. He did not expand his body like Vamanadev. Vamanadev also came as a child. He said, I want 3 steps only. Okay, take 3 steps. He expanded himself and occupied the entire universe within 2 steps only. So that's one thing. But Krishna did not expand himself. He was holding a little bit of rice in his hand and he was running with great enthusiasm to meet this fruit vendor. By the time he reached, most of the rice fell down. There were a few grains. And fruit vendor filled Krishna's hands with a lot of fruits, as much as he can hold. The number of fruits that Krishna received was more than the number of grains he has given to the fruit vendor. Okay, grain is small, fruit is big, but he received more number of fruits. So then Krishna became very grateful to her, extremely grateful. And Krishna filled the basket of that fruit vendor with jewels, with gold, with many things. Okay. So, but did she become grateful to Krishna for giving her so much wealth? Point is, she became grateful to see Krishna smile. She became extremely grateful to offer some fruits to Krishna. Okay. So gratitude is not exactly for the things received, but it is for the love received. Krishna became grateful not for the fruits, but for the loving heart of our fruit vendor. And fruit vendor became grateful not for the jewels that she received, but for the smile of Krishna. Okay. So she went back, got more fruits and offered it to Krishna. Okay. Not that Krishna will give more jewels to her. Okay. But just to see the smile on Krishna's face. The fruit vendor thought that if I give fruits, this boy will smile. Just to see the beaming smile of Krishna. Maybe she's not even aware that Krishna is God. She just wants to see him. Selfless service. Only when you selflessly serve the Lord or anyone, your heart is satisfied. There is no satisfaction in selfishness. Even the most selfish person also can understand that I am not being satisfied by doing this. But some passion, some ignorance is just driving him to do so. But when somebody does selfless seva to someone, selflessly extending oneself to someone, that fills the heart with so much of satisfaction that any amount of wealth and name, fame, prestige cannot give. Somebody may be a celebrity, everybody is clapping and then whistling and then praising him and all that. But if that person, one devotee is very popular, he just told me, one new person came, he's trying to wear a kanthi mala, okay? Just now he purchased a kanthi mala and the kanthi mala has this, what is that called, screw, right? Okay. So somehow he could not unscrew it. He's looking for help. He just came to this big preacher. He's a very popular preacher, but he didn't know who he is. He said, "Oh, Swamiji, I want to wear this kanti mala. This is not coming. Can you please help me?" And he sat there for the next 15 minutes. He's just unscrewing. Finally, he did it, this brahmachari, and gave it to that boy. He felt so happy. The boy said, thank you so much. And he left, never to meet again. And that 10-15 minutes, whatever this person, this brahmachari did, unscrewing the kanti mala, that filled his heart with satisfaction. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. He wanted some help. I offered that help. I felt happy. Seeing him happy. That's all. He didn't give him any dakshina. He didn't praise him. He didn't do anything. So there is a lot of satisfaction in small things, right? When we selflessly do some service without any expectations. When you're reading also, just gratefully read. Don't read just to give a class. Don't read. You can give class after reading. Without reading, don't give class. That's not the point. But we cannot give. We cannot read just for the sake of giving classes. Like agenda-less activity gives so much satisfaction. Right? Agenda-less activity. Don't have any agenda. Don't expect any outcome to come out. That will. These are the finer moments of bhakti where we relish. Just sitting with other friends and then sharing Krishna Katha. You're not giving a class to 1,000 people and giving a program, okay, accomplishing. That has to be done. Of course, that has to be done. But point is, try to relish Krishna Katha in your private, personal conversations with other devotees. That gives satisfaction. Just read for the sake of reading. Just read for the sake of relishing Krishna's pastimes, not to reproduce them somewhere. Okay, that also will give satisfaction. Just chant. For the sake of chanting, you like it. Not to complete 16 rounds only. 17th round you chant. Na? If you chant 17th round, that gives satisfaction. Okay. Not that 16 rounds do not give satisfaction, but up to 16th round, there is an obligation. There is a sense of commitment. Okay. Now you are going beyond commitment. That gives some satisfaction. So sorry, while speaking gratitude, again combining satisfaction also. See, I may mix multiple values, by the way. I may not stick to the boundaries of one Vaishnava quality only as I'm discussing. You can get multiple things. And of course, the qualities themselves have an overlap. So this lady, she became extremely grateful to Krishna and Krishna became grateful to her. So one more aspect of gratitude is, one is kritagnata. You remember the favor done by others. Apart from that, you also remember your past fallen situation. So now I have the opportunity to practice bhakti. I got a bead bag from Guru, bead bag, beads from Guru, bead bag, I got it. So you got initiation, you got inspiration, you got scriptures, you got Vaishnava Sangha. So you are in a situation, you're in a position where you have access to a lot of spiritual privileges. Okay. 10 years back, 15 years back, I didn't have all these privileges. I didn't have the knowledge or inspiration to practice bhakti at that time. I was just lost in my own material pursuits, material enjoyment. Okay, I didn't have a clear goal of human life. So 15 years back, it was my situation. Now, 15 years down the line, I'm in a situation where I know what is the goal of my human life. I have an engagement, a spiritual, nourishing, fulfilling engagement I have in the midst of devotees. Okay. So now compare your previous fallen situation with the current improved situation. Fine. So that remembrance also will fill our heart with gratitude. How? There are so many people who have contributed to my spiritual life. I'm here now. I was there 10-15 years back. Who is the person or who are the persons who brought me from here to here? Right? So that journey of improvement or advancement in spiritual life has been facilitated, supported, favored, guided by hundreds of devotees, gurus, Siksha Gurus, Diksha Guru, many other Vaishnavas in general, parents, teachers, fellow devotees, so many are there. So we need to be grateful to all of them. So the contribution that we receive from, spiritual contribution that we receive from so many devotees, whether small or big, should induce a feeling of gratitude within us. When our heart is filled with such gratitude, then we will experience the bliss of bhakti. When we are not grateful for what we have received, we may lose what we have received. We may receive a lot of spiritual privileges, but if we don't become grateful for them and value them, and value the people who have given that to us, we may lose them. Maya will ensure that this fellow is not grateful. Krishna will understand he is not grateful, and Maya is always there to test us. We will become more susceptible to Maya to the degree we are ungrateful in our devotional relationships, for getting access to spiritual privileges. Okay. So remember past fallen situation and remember your current improved situation, and you will naturally become grateful to those who helped you in this journey. So Krishna and even devotees are also bhavagrahis, they understand. Here this lady, she understood how much Krishna became so happy, and she is focusing on Krishna's happiness only. In fact, creation of this world began with gratitude. This entire world was created by the gratitude of the elements. You know how the world is created? Lord Mahavishnu, Karanodakasaya Vishnu, he breathes out. Then millions of universes, Brahmandas, come out of his bodily pores, that you know, right? But before the manifestation of the universe, there are some stages. You know what are the stages? First, the universe comes out of Lord's body in the form of a small seed, Pradhana. With the influence of time, it becomes Mahattattva. Then it becomes Ahankara. Then Ahankara in 3 modes gives rise to 23 elements. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. The 5 gross elements. And the 5 knowledge senses. And 5 working senses. And also the 5 sense objects. And sense devatas. So many things just manifest. Mind, intelligence, ego, earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are all elements. All these elements manifested first, they are in an unmixed state. Our body is a combination of all of them. This body has earth, water, fire, air, ether. It has all senses, 5 senses, 5 knowledge senses, and 5 working senses. It is a sense object for others' senses. Okay. And means we make a sound. That's a sense object for someone who is hearing. Okay. We appear in front of someone. Okay. Our form is a sense object for someone who is seeing. In that sense, this body is a combination of senses and sense objects. And earth, water, fire, air, ether. So mind, intelligence, ego. So all these elements at one moment in the beginning of creation, they were disconnected. They are not together. So there is some element of earth, water, fire, air, ether in my body. So earth, water, fire, air, ether are there in your bodies also. Your body, everybody's body has these elements. At that point of creation, all these elements are separately existing. Don't ask me how do they look like when they are unmixed with others. Okay. So now earth has some water also, but at the time earth is alone existing. So, okay, let me give an example before proceeding to the main point. The example is that you go to the sabji market and you bring things, grocery. You got tur dal, you got moong dal, you got rice, mustard seeds, oil, what else? Kadi patta, dhania patta. So you got all kinds of ingredients for your paneer. Okay. Before you make a preparation, a sabji, all of them are disconnected to each other, right? Then you take little bit of tomato, you take little bit of paneer, you take some spices, you take some mustard seeds, you take some oil and heat them, mix them in different proportions and process them in a certain way to have your paneer sabji ready, isn't it? But before you made the sabji, they were all disconnected to each other, right? Similarly, we are all like sabjis. We are all like curries. So our bodies are made of little bit of each of these elements. So all these elements are combined together in different proportions to manifest different bodies and planets in this universe. But in the beginning of creation, they were disconnected from each other. Clear? Now, these things that are disconnected from each other, they were praying to the Lord. How can elements pray? There are presiding deities. There is a presiding deity for earth. There is a presiding deity for water. There is a presiding deity for air. So like that, the presiding deities, the personified elements, started offering prayers to Mahavishnu. They said, "Oh Mahavishnu, thank you so much. We are extremely grateful to you for giving us an opportunity to manifest the universe and engage in your seva. Creation of this universe is a service to the Lord. It's a service to the Lord. Why? Because the Lord wants to reclaim all the living beings back to the spiritual world. But people are still maintaining some material attitudes. So the Lord has to do one more phase of creation to give another opportunity to all the conditioned souls to rectify themselves and come back to Him. Clear? Am I being too technical? It's clear, right? So the Lord is creating this universe and all the elements are facilitating that creation. Okay. So they felt that we got some service to render to you, Lord. Thank you so much. You please allow us to serve you nicely. Okay. So they express their gratitude. And please give us the ability to combine with each other and manifest the planets and the bodies and the grains so that all of them can serve you. So creation began with the expression of gratitude of all the elements. They were very eager to serve. They were eager to cooperate. Now let us also mix some cooperation and service attitude also in our discussion. The elements were saying that now, my dear Lord, we are disconnected from each other. Please send your cohesive energy so that we can combine with each other and form all commodities we can serve you, so that we can serve you. So there is a gratitude for the opportunity to serve. There is eagerness to serve. Thirdly, there's a willingness to cooperate also. Cooperate with the Lord and cooperate amongst each other. Many times we say, I will cooperate with the Lord, but not with his devotees. I will cooperate with Guru, but not with Guru's disciples. So there is some non-cooperation amongst equals, but there is a cooperation. Means there is a willingness to cooperate when it comes to Guru, Krishna, like that. But how much is it true in the case of a struggling sadhaka, we are not sure, but at least that willingness is there. But here these people are saying that we are willing to cooperate with you, with each other. What is that cooperation? Cooperation means to play your part for the execution of that service without fighting or hankering for prominence. Don't hanker for prominence. For example, in a drama, there are 5 main characters. There are some 10 scenes. So in one scene, 2 actors may act. In second scene, 3 actors may act. In the 4th scene, only 1 person is there. In the 10th scene, all 5 may be there. But when all 5 are there on the scene also, 1 person may be speaking more. He has more dialogues compared to others. So like that, just a minute. So in this way, you see, everybody has to cooperate with each other. If every single actor is fighting for a prominent role, how will the drama go on? If every single actor wants the prominent dialogues, punch dialogues in every scene, what kind of drama is that? So similarly, if all the elements, earth, water, fire, are fighting for prominence in every body, in our bodies, water element and earth element are more. Fire, air are little less, isn't it? So if all the elements start fighting with each other, say if earth says, I want to be the prominent element in every single body of every single species. So how does it work? So if all the living beings are having only earth element prominent and other elements are not there, will the show run? So they are taking their roles, little bit roles. That is called cooperation. So they are willing to cooperate. Okay. For example, fire element is there. It's just there. This little heat in the body. That's all. Nothing more. Heat is not the fire is not a prominent element in our bodies. The fire fights for prominence in every single body. All of us have to live in fire only. We can't live on earth. Okay. So we should be willing to cooperate. So with gratitude. So when there is gratitude, you will cooperate. If you are grateful for the opportunity to serve, you will do the needful to cooperate with others who are serving. But if you are not grateful, you are self-centered, then what will you do? You will fight for prominence. I need to be getting the maximum role. I need to be in the most prominent space. Okay, my name should be there. So that's the thing. Gratitude is the foundational principle of spiritual growth. It's the foundation to happiness, satisfaction, and basic human dealings. Of all disgraceful behavior, there is nothing worse than ingratitude. If you are not grateful to someone, if you don't behave grateful to someone, then that's the most disgraceful behavior. So when are we not grateful? When we think we deserve this, we expect this. Of course, it's your duty to serve me. But why are you expecting thank you from me? Of course, you are supposed to serve me. I'm your boss. So if that mood is there, we can't be grateful for anything. You see several great devotees, when they begin their class, they say, I'm very grateful to be amongst all of you. At the end of the class, they say, thank you very much. It's not a formality. It's not a format. It's not a formula to begin a class or to end a class. It's an expression of gratitude for an opportunity to speak Harikatha, and this audience, these devotees are giving me opportunity, and with their eagerness, they're giving me opportunity and they're inspiring me to glorify Krishna. That's the mood in which a devotee speaks Harikatha. Okay. There is a sense of pride, and is a sense of entitlement. If you think I deserve this, then there is no gratitude. Okay. It's 8:10 now. I'll leave the last 20 minutes for questions. If you have any questions, you can ask. We'll continue this topic. As I'm saying, gratitude, along with that, we'll also have some other qualities. I'll just mix. We'll have a prominent title, one title, but while discussing that topic, we'll also have some subtopics, sub-themes. Thank you. Any question? Paramatma Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanavad Pranams. I request all the other devotees also to please raise the hands so that he knows how many questions are there, so that he can plan properly. My first question, I have a couple of questions, but I'll only ask one and later I'll come back, Prabhu. It is very easy to understand that, someone, a devotee brought me in Krishna consciousness. I'm grateful to him even after 10, 15 years or whatever. I'm grateful to my spiritual master. But the issue comes when in a group of a temple, there are hundreds of devotees, and probably some set of devotees might have not really done anything to me per se. So such situation may come. He is not my Shiksha Guru, he is not my Diksha Guru, he is not helping me in my progress. So then there is no chance for a person to think that, how can I be grateful to this person as well? So can you please elaborate on that little point?
Now, as far as gratitude is concerned, it's a Vaishnava quality which is there in the heart of a devotee. As far as interactions with other people are concerned, you may not exactly do reciprocate with every single person, or you may not physically do some action to express your gratitude. So when you say grateful to others, yes, definitely you are primarily grateful to your friends and your seniors, your devotees who have guided you. But okay, how can I be grateful to a new person, or how can I be grateful to another devotee with whom I hardly had an interaction? Be grateful to see that devotee. When the devotee is coming in front of you with Vaishnava Tilak and Kanthi Mala and with a bead bag in his hand and practicing Krishna consciousness, the presence of that Vaishnava is enthusing you subtly, indirectly at least, enthusing you to continue in bhakti. For example, a temple has 1,000 people congregation, okay? And you have close friendship only with 10 people for whom you are very grateful. Fine. So there is Janmashtami festival coming. Gaur Purnima is coming up now. So Gaur Purnima came up, and you have gratitude, a grateful relationship only with 10 people. Just imagine only 10 people are there in the temple hall celebrating Gaur Purnima festival. Other people you are not so connected with. Remaining 990 people, they did not come only. Will you have a good experience of Gaur Purnima festival? Huh? Does it make sense, bro? But if other 990 people also come to the temple and participate in the festival, their presence will enthuse you in your bhakti. You feel very happy because their presence is giving you happiness. You be grateful to them, although there is no interaction. Right? We can be grateful to another person just for being a devotee, just being a human being. Okay. So many human beings are coming to temple. Just imagine 1,000 dogs come to the temple. You feel irritated, right? So now if you want to find reasons, there may be 100 reasons to be grateful to everybody. But the point is primarily you are grateful to some people only. It's not that you are constantly keep on meditating. Okay. But this good qualities, to see good qualities in others, to see whatever little contribution that they are making to our spiritual life, to recognize that we need gratitude. So when there is no gratitude, the quality of gratitude is not there inside, right? Then we may not be able to recognize those finer moments of our subtle nuances of Vaishnava relationships and how different people are contributing in different ways. For example, I'm living in a building and someone is cleaning my corridor. Is a sweeper, okay, a cleaning person. I may not even notice him. I may never interact with him. I'll just move ahead in my own life. Okay, I have many things to do. When one day I went outside, it's so dirty. Then I remember, where is this person? Where is this person who is supposed to clean? Then he comes and cleans. Thank you for cleaning. Okay. Earlier also we are supposed to thank him. May not be verbally, at least we should be thankful to him inside for keeping our premises clean. He may not be particularly contributing to our spiritual life in a certain way, but it's a contribution for keeping things clean. He may not be a devotee also. Okay. So like that, there is unlimited reasons to be grateful to everyone around. Does it
Yes,
make sense?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So in continuation with that, because as long as there is a gratitude, oh, somebody has done a great thing to me, then it is obvious, sometimes may not be obvious, but it is majority of the time it's obvious that one will cooperate with the other person. In a group of 1,000 people, I have to cooperate with someone and whom I don't know or whom there is no relation per se. How does that things will go? In that context, I was also trying to understand, Prabhu.
New people, yeah, when there's a need for interaction with new people, then you do the needful to interact with them the way is expected according to the circumstance, according to the situation and the particular activity. Otherwise, they'll do their things and you do your things. Apparently, it seems disconnection, but it's like natural. For example, for a machine to run, one nut and bolt is there in one corner of the machine. 3 meters away from that, there is another nut and bolt. Okay. Both are doing their own jobs. There may not be interaction. Sometimes if it is needed, if there's some problem here, you may take that nut and then keep here. You may take that nut and keep here, and they come in close interaction there. Okay. But sometimes they will be poles apart also. But still they're doing their job to run the overall ecosystem. Okay. So we may not have it may not be practical to have personal interactions with every single person in the society, spiritual society or normal society. It's okay, it's natural.
Sure,
Okay.
Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Sorry, I was still speaking on mute. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much for reciting all those wonderful pastimes with different perspectives. I mean, it was so amazing, Prabhu. I can't express in my words. It was like heart was feeling full. That's all I can say. Thank you very much. Krishna's endearing qualities, very, very, very wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So I have two quick questions, Prabhu. that what is the antidote of feeling of entitlement? Because some people might have it from childhood because they have been given so much love and pampered so much, and they were like, the what apple of eyes of people or something, so this is one thing, because such people suffer a lot because they have that bad quality in them. And secondly, the principle of selflessness, how to apply this in workplace. These are two questions. Thank you.
Yes. First question. What is entitlement? It's an attitude of demanding something in return for one's contribution or for one's position. Okay. So this, and sometimes it could be an expression of innocence also. Sometimes a child may demand, mother, I want apple, I want apple. Arey, apple, nahi, you just take this pomegranate. No, I want apple. So that's an innocence. We are not speaking about that. But when the person becomes little mature, he demands subtly or grossly, physically or virtually, he keeps demanding returns for one's contributions and positions and all. That is entitlement. There is a feeling that I deserve it. I deserve something because of my qualifications or whatever. And entitlement is also seen when there is a feeling of injustice done towards oneself, right? This person, entitlement also comes because of comparisons. This person has this privilege and I don't have this privilege. We join same time. A feeling of injustice, okay, and a habit of focusing on winning and comforts rather than contribution, okay. And also there's a sense of doership in a person, and maybe we can take up this entitlement little later with more elaborate explanations, and it also is expressed in a unpleasant way also. There are so many case studies for that. But you asked for antidote, right? Specifically, antidote is we need to make up our mind. In short, antidote is humility, okay. And how does that humility manifest? Think that you deserve worse, okay. You deserve worse treatment. Like Haridas Thakur, although he was punished, he was thinking, I deserve more worse treatment than this for my sinful activities. Parikshit Maharaj, when he was cursed to die within 7 days, he felt that I deserve more worse treatment for offending a Brahmana. So when there is humility, you feel that I don't deserve things. And whatever I am getting is only by Krishna's grace. Then you are grateful. If you don't have that humility, if you don't have that gratitude, then there is a feeling of there is entitlement. So like entitlement, feeling of entitlement is exactly opposite of gratitude. Whatever principles of gratitude we discussed now, they are antidotes for a feeling of entitlement. And that gratitude is combined with humility. So I don't even deserve this fortune also. Even this fortune I don't deserve, but I'm getting more. How can I demand for more? So, and another important thing that we need to keep in mind is nothing happens without Krishna's sanction. It is Krishna's arrangement. Even after you do everything humanly possible from your end, still some things are beyond your capacity, beyond your ability to address. Then accept that it is Krishna's arrangement. Let me accept it. So acceptance and recognition of Krishna's hand will keep us out of our sense of entitlement. So we should do it as a duty, more as a duty, and just do the needful and don't demand things. Okay. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes, Prabhu, definitely it helps me but I need to cultivate that. As you said, humility is the antidote. And also just wanted to follow up a little bit on this, that is it applicable at workplace as well?
Workplace, your second question. As far as workplace is concerned, the principles, Vaishnava qualities and the principles of gratitude, humility, compassion, all these things, these are universal they're applicable everywhere, whether it is workplace or devotee circles and all. However, there is a need to, as they say, be a Roman when you're in Rome, right? It's like in some countries, you have to drive left. In some countries, you have to drive right. I am used to keeping left in India, okay? When I come to so-and-so country also, I'll keep left, then traffic police will catch us, okay? So, similarly, one of the qualities of a devotee is dakshata, expertise. What is that expertise? To change gears according to the need of the hour. So to adapt to the circumstances in the name of humility, in the name of tolerance. We don't have to allow ourselves to get exploited by others. We can show some diplomacy to the right proportion. Diplomacy or duplicity should not become our second nature. However, we can show some diplomacy for a positive purpose when it is needed while interacting with some people. For example, I'm dealing with vendors in my workplace. In my workplace, we are sitting in temple also. I'm into books, right? Publication and all that. Sometimes I have to deal with printers. Of course, our publishers will do that. Nowadays, I don't deal. But for other kinds of printing, Janmashtami brochures or something like that, we may have to deal with printer. The printer will quote a very heavy price. We have to negotiate. I know, with little experience, I know this costs, say, 100 rupees. And that fellow is quoting 200 rupees. Okay. I would begin with 50. Okay. 200, no. Please, we can only give 50. We are sadhus. We are living in temple. We don't have so many funds. In a very polite manner, you understand this fellow is cheating me. But you be polite. Okay. He's a number one cheater. That is very evident in his quotation of price. And you negotiate, and you also you don't honestly say 100 at this moment, because he said 200. You think that it is 100 only. You don't begin from 100, because when you say 100, he will take it to 150. You begin from 50. Okay, then slowly the negotiation will come and it comes closer to 100. But he's not happy. Prabhu, Maharaj ji, 50% kaat diya aapne. They will negotiate. Okay, fine. Take it to 110, 115, 120. Okay, fine. We have to get the things done fast. Okay, even if it deserves 100 only, I may pay 120. Let's close this matter. Okay. So he reduced his greed for profit. I reduced my my stubbornness to pay only this much. And I also just allowed a little bit to save time and to keep relationship. Sometimes people may give very good quality, but they may cheat also. So you have to just go back and forth a little bit. So like these honest dealings we can do with devotees. But others also we have to be honest only. But point is, sometimes there is a need for some diplomacy. So you need to be a little dynamic and adapt to the circumstances when you're dealing with certain people. Narada Muni does it a lot, right? So Narada Muni does, and then Ramananda Rai was little diplomatic in dealing with people. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami was diplomatic in dealing with Nawab Hussain Shah. So when you're too straightforward in your dealings with certain people, we may be taken for granted. They will take us for a ride. They will use us like a doormat. If you understand that they are using it like me, like a doormat, let me not become a doormat. I'll become doormat for Vaishnavas in front of Guru. Okay. So I want their dust. But it's not necessary that you take the dust of every single living being, especially when they have a tendency to exploit us. So just do the needful. Don't feel cheated. Okay. So you can be grateful to someone. In the name of gratitude, you can't just give up all your comforts, especially when they are compromising on your spiritual life, right? So you're grateful to somebody at workplace. Okay, they are asking some help. Please, I have helped you in this way, so and so day. Can you please help me now? I don't have money for drinking. Can you please help me with 1,000 rupees? So you can't do that kind of help. What kind of favor are they asking? That's why we should be very, I'm going to highlight it later. We should be very, very careful in taking favors from others. When we take favor from another person, there is a sense of obligation. And that obligation may distract us from our right thing, our the things that we are supposed to do as devotees. One small example. Dasarath Maharaj became obliged to give boons to Kaikeyi, obligation. Then Kaikeyi asked to send Ram to forest. Dasarath Maharaj had no option. He had to send. Right. So, yeah, Dasarath Maharaj is grateful for the help that Kaikeyi has given him. In the, you know that story, right? Kaikeyi helped him in a war, and Dasarath became very grateful, very blissful. He said, I'll bestow whatever boons you want. And she asked for something else. So when you receive a favor, you be grateful. Kritagnata is there. But please be careful in what kind of favor are you receiving. Especially when you are in need of it, when you are approaching someone, if you receive some favor, understand if they are not in a good consciousness, they have a little different mentality, they may take advantage of us at a future date also. So that's why we should not take services also from everybody. Some genuine people we can take, but not from everyone. They'll expect something unexpected. Then we will be devastated. Okay. I hope this answers your question.
Absolutely, Prabhu. Thank you very, very much.
Hare Krishna. We are on time. We'll conclude here. 8:29, 1 minute before time. Any more questions? So I hope you are okay with this type of discussions. If you have any feedbacks or comments, you can always share to me through Paramatma Prabhu, or you can share with him or me or whatever. He's a coordinator. Yes, Prabhu. Sridhar Prabhu. Sridhar Anand Prabhu.
Dhanavad Prabhu, Jai Shri Prabhupada. So thank you so much for all the explanation. So happy. So I want to share one thing. When distributing books in the railway station, Sikandrabad. So sometimes people are in the train, inside the train, and I have to show them the books, and sometimes they like and they buy the books. And sometimes what happened, they spend so much time, and when the train ready to move from there, so at the last time they'll say, no, it's okay, we can buy it from there, we can take it from other center, So then what I replied them, yeah, you can take from there, but today if you take, it will be good for me and our mission, because today is my birthday. So in this way, so finally the person, yeah, today is birthday, so then I can take from now. So in this way, I distributed so many books, and
That day is your birthday?
Yeah.
It's really your birthday?
Sorry, Prabhuji?
It was really your birthday?
No, Prabhu.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew I'm wrong, but what I understood, if if I tell this lie also, but if the person take the Prabhupada book, so Srila Prabhupada will guide him. So I
Yes, Prabhu.
celebrated 10
To
to
some
15.
degree, it is, yeah, got it. To some degree, it may be true, it's nice also. But in your book distribution, if the same person who has taken a book from you 10 days back, hearing that that was your birthday, if he sees you saying the same thing to someone else, if he happens to see, what will be his faith on Prabhupada? What will be his faith on devotee community? What will be his faith in ISKCON?
Yeah.
Yeah, we may we may have some creative ideas and thoughts to get things done at some time, but if that becomes a habit, sometimes you may do.
Yes,
like I'll tell you one example. One sannyasi, he was traveling in an airport. He was traveling, and he met another person who is little frustrated in life, and Maharaj tried to speak some philosophy to that person, and then a lot of discussion happened and he's not getting convinced. Fine, no problem, he's not accepting philosophy, let me give him some prasad. Then Maharaj took out some prasad and gave it to that person. If he says prasad, he will not eat it. Okay, Maharaj said, take this very nice sweet, my mother has made, please take it. And the person, when he said mother, although he did not like philosophy, but he has feelings for mother, he accepted it. He took it. Then in a class that sannyasi was saying that, oh, actually I did not speak the truth to him. It's a lie. I said it's made by mother, but I did not lie. That prasad was made by my god sister. According to Vaishnava philosophy, every single woman except one's wife is a mother, supposed to be considered a mother. And sannyasis and brahmacharis, they don't have wives. For them, every woman is a mother. So when I said my god sister is my mother, it's not a lie, technically. So getting right. So to induce someone to do something Krishna conscious, we may sometimes use some smartness, some common sense, some presence of mind. That's good. But if you do it very crudely, if you do it very naively or grossly, it kind of breaks the trust of other people sometimes. Sometimes it may work. Okay, sometimes it breaks it. But to what degree are we using that smartness? So that has to be, that should have some check and balance, and intention also has to be very, very pure. Okay. So by giving these books, am I wanting to increase my scores, or am I really compassionate on that person somehow? That him take that intention also matters.
Yes, Prabhu.
So the lie that we say, if it is done with extremely pure intention, the mistake of lying will not affect us so much because it's backed with a very pure intention. But if that lie is prominent, with the intention, the purity of intention is very minimal, then that lie will affect us and it will affect them also. Does it make sense?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Got it, Prabhu.
Nothing personal, but I'm just speaking.
No, thank you. Just wanted to clarify.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I was just wondering, do you still have 5 minutes or so, Prabhu? Or I can go ahead with one more question or no?
Okay, actually 8-7 Maharaj came to, Radhanand Maharaj came to temple. I was getting calls, but I'm supposed to speak to 8:30, so I spoke till 8:35. If you excuse me, I'll answer this question, but I'll just
we
run.
will take care next week. We will take care next week. No hurry.
You can even send that question in a chat. I'll give a voice note. If we can't wait till next week, otherwise we can do it next week also.
Sure, Prabhu. No worries. Thank you so much, Prabhu. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। वैष्णव की जय।